As parents, we all want the best for our toddlers, but sometimes, our words can do more harm than good without us even realizing it. Did you know that the language we use with our kids can affect their brain development? In fact, studies show that children hear 30 million fewer words than their peers by the time they enter kindergarten if they grow up in a language-deprived environment. That's a huge gap that can impact their learning and emotional growth. We all say things without thinking, like telling our toddlers to stop crying or hurry up. These everyday phrases might seem harmless, but research reveals that they can hurt your child's emotional development. In fact, the way we speak to toddlers can shape their emotional intelligence, self-esteem, and even their future success in life. In this video, we'll dive into 6 common phrases that many parents say to their toddlers, phrases you might not even realize are damaging. And more importantly, we'll show you what to say instead. You'll learn how simple changes in your language can improve your child's emotional health, foster better communication, and set them up for success. Ready to unlock the power of your words? Let's get started. Chapter 1. Don't be a crybaby. Right pointing arrow, how to validate emotions instead. As parents, it's tempting to say things like, "Don't be a crybaby," when our toddlers are upset. But this phrase can invalidate their feelings and make them feel misunderstood. Instead of dismissing their emotions, try saying, "I see you're upset. Can you tell me what's wrong?" This simple shift can help your child feel heard and understood. Research shows that toddlers' brains are still developing, and they lack the words to express their emotions clearly. By acknowledging their feelings, you're helping them build emotional intelligence. A study published by the American Psychological Association found that emotional validation can reduce anxiety and help children regulate their feelings more effectively. When you validate your toddler's emotions, you're teaching them it's okay to feel upset or sad. Instead of suppressing their emotions, they learn to express them in healthy ways. Try using phrases like, "It's okay to feel sad sometimes," or, "I understand that this is frustrating for you." This approach builds trust and strengthens your bond with your child. One thing to keep in mind, toddlers often don't want a solution, they just need comfort. Offering comfort through words and touch can make all the difference. A gentle, "I'm here for you," can go a long way. Validating your child's feelings can also improve their self-esteem. According to child development expert Dr. John Gottman, validating emotions helps children feel more secure, which boosts their confidence in navigating the world. By validating emotions instead of shutting them down, you're preparing your child for better emotional regulation as they grow. This skill is crucial when they start school and face more complex social interactions. In fact, emotional intelligence is often a better predictor of success than IQ. So, instead of telling your toddler to stop crying, practice listening to them first. Show empathy and offer your support. This simple yet powerful strategy can change how they handle difficult emotions. Chapter 2. Hurry up. Right pointing arrow, creating calm with patience. The next time your toddler is dragging their feet, don't yell, "Hurry up." This pressure can overwhelm them and make the situation worse. Instead, try saying, "Let's work together and get this done." It encourages teamwork and teaches patience. Children at this age often don't have the ability to grasp time like adults do. When you rush them, you're asking them to move at a pace they're not ready for. Research from the National Institute of Child Health and Human Development shows that toddlers need routines and unhurried time to learn effectively. Instead of stressing your toddler out with a "hurry up" mentality, try giving them a little more time to complete tasks at their own pace. You might be surprised at how much more calmly they can get dressed or put on their shoes if you offer encouragement instead of rushing them. One great technique is the time timer strategy. Using a visual timer to show how much time is left can help toddlers understand the concept of time. It gives them a visual cue of how long they have to finish a task, without feeling rushed. Patience is a virtue, and toddlers are excellent teachers of this. When you practice patience, you're modeling calm behavior that your child can mirror. In turn, this helps them develop patience and resilience in the future. A study by the University of Washington shows that children who experience a calm environment tend to be less anxious and more capable of self-regulation. So, the next time you're tempted to rush your toddler, try stepping back and offering them a moment of calm. Instead of shouting or rushing, try saying, "Let's see if we can do this together in 5 minutes." Offering gentle reminders gives them a sense of structure without creating unnecessary stress. Remember, toddlers can pick up on your stress. If you're rushing around, they'll sense it and mirror your anxiety. Try to stay calm and take deep breaths. Your child will follow your lead. Finally, don't forget to praise your child when they do make progress. A simple, "Great job," or "We did it," lets them know that patience is rewarded, reinforcing the idea that calm and collected behavior is the best way to approach a task. Chapter 3. You're Too Loud. Right pointing arrow, celebrating healthy noise. Toddlers are loud. It's part of their development. Instead of telling them to be quiet with phrases like, "You're too loud," try embracing their energy. You can say something like, "I love that you're so excited, but let's use our indoor voices now." This approach is both gentle and effective. Interestingly, making noise is how toddlers explore their world. They're testing boundaries and learning about their environment. According to developmental psychologist Dr. Alison Gopnik, young children learn through play, and making noise is part of that process. Rather than suppressing the noise, try to redirect it. For example, if your toddler is shouting while playing, encourage them to use their loud voice in a fun way, like during playtime or in a game. You can say, "Let's shout like dinosaurs together." This channeling of their energy helps them feel more in control. Research shows that children with a good balance of structured and unstructured play tend to develop better social skills. By allowing them to express themselves, while still guiding them on appropriate volume, you are helping them understand social norms without stifling their creativity. It's also important to recognize that noise isn't always a sign of misbehavior. In fact, many toddlers express joy, excitement, or frustration through loud sounds. Recognizing this can make you feel less frustrated and more empathetic towards your child. Instead of telling your toddler to quiet down, try setting clear boundaries for when it's okay to make noise. You can create loud and quiet times in your routine to help them understand when it's appropriate to use their full voice. A fun way to approach this is by creating a volume meter at home, where your child can visually see whether they're in the quiet or loud zone. This approach adds an element of fun while also teaching them volume control. In the long run, celebrating their energy and giving them the freedom to express themselves helps develop confidence and social awareness. Just remember, toddlers aren't trying to annoy you. They're just learning how to interact with the world around them. If they are getting too loud in situations that require quiet, like in public spaces, gently remind them of the rules. Say something like, "We need to use our quiet voices here, but I know you're having fun." Finally, remember that their noise is temporary. As they grow, they'll learn more about when and where to be loud. By guiding them through this process, you're giving them the tools to regulate themselves as they mature. If you found this chapter helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more helpful tips. Chapter 4. I Told You So. Right pointing arrow, building confidence through encouragement. We've all been there. Your toddler makes a mistake, and you're tempted to say, "I told you so." But this kind of response can damage their self-esteem and make them feel bad about themselves. Instead, shift the focus to learning and growth. Say, "It's okay, we all make mistakes. What can we do differently next time?" When you avoid using negative language, you teach your toddler that mistakes are a natural part of life. According to Dr. Carol Dweck, a leading researcher on growth mindset, praising effort rather than results helps children build resilience. A study from Stanford University also found that children who are encouraged to embrace mistakes tend to perform better academically and emotionally. To build confidence, try saying things like, "I love how you tried that," or "You're getting better at this every day." This positive reinforcement encourages your child to keep trying without fear of failure. A 2017 study published in the Journal of Educational Psychology found that children with a growth mindset are more likely to keep trying after setbacks. When toddlers make mistakes, it's a chance for them to learn. Instead of saying, "I told you so," use this moment to discuss the lesson. For example, if your child spills a drink, say, "Let's clean it up together. Next time, let's try holding the cup with both hands." Building confidence through encouragement also strengthens the parent-child relationship. When children feel supported, they trust their parents more and are more likely to share their feelings. Dr. John Gottman, a well-known psychologist, emphasizes that emotional support is key to building strong bonds. Another strategy is to celebrate small successes, even if they seem minor. For instance, if your toddler ties their shoes for the first time, cheer them on, even if it's not perfect. Positive reinforcement makes them feel proud and motivates them to keep learning. Remember, toddlers need a lot of repetition to master new skills. If they don't get something right the first time, it's important to remain patient and offer encouragement. A study from the University of Chicago found that children who receive consistent praise for effort are more likely to stay motivated. The key is to shift your language from correction to support. Rather than focusing on what went wrong, highlight what they did right. This helps them develop a sense of accomplishment and a belief in their abilities. With time, your toddler will learn that mistakes are stepping stones to growth. By focusing on their effort and progress, you set them up for a future of self-confidence and perseverance. Chapter 5. You're being bad. Right pointing arrow, reframing behavior with positive guidance, telling your toddler, "You're being bad," can lead to feelings of shame and confusion. Instead, address the specific behavior rather than labeling the child. Say, "Hitting is not okay." We use our words when we're upset. This focuses on the action, not the child's character. When toddlers are labeled as bad, it can affect their self-image. Research from the University of Michigan shows that when children feel labeled negatively, they may internalize these labels and act out more. It's essential to be mindful of the language we use because words have power. Rather than using negative labels, try positive guidance. When your toddler is having a hard time sharing, instead of saying, "You're being selfish," try, "Let's take turns so everyone gets a chance." This frames the behavior as something they can improve on, rather than something inherently wrong with them. Dr. Daniel Siegel, a renowned neuroscientist, explains that children need guidance, not punishment, to understand the impact of their actions. When we offer clear, calm instructions, we help toddlers internalize better behavior. When dealing with a tantrum or undesirable behavior, it's helpful to stay calm and firm. Instead of reacting in anger, offer an alternative way for your toddler to express their feelings. For example, if your toddler throws a toy in frustration, guide them to say, "I'm frustrated. I need help," rather than just saying, "Stop." By framing behavior as something to improve, you help your child develop problem-solving skills. Dr. Laura Markham, a parenting expert, suggests that we should treat our children as active learners, not as people trying to misbehave on purpose. Providing a structure for positive behavior is also important. Setting clear expectations and reminding your toddler what you expect, e.g., "We walk in the store, not run," gives them a framework for behavior. This reduces confusion and helps them understand the rules of the environment. Using positive language makes discipline more effective in the long run. A study from the University of Minnesota found that children who received positive reinforcement for good behavior were more likely to repeat that behavior. Remember, your toddler is still learning. Instead of focusing on the bad behavior, highlight alternatives and give them tools to succeed. Over time, this builds better habits and helps your toddler make better choices. By reframing their behavior, you empower your toddler to take responsibility for their actions and learn from their mistakes in a safe, nurturing environment. Don't forget to subscribe to get more parenting tips and strategies. Chapter 6. Stop asking me why. Right pointing arrow, encouraging curiosity with patience. It's easy to get frustrated when your toddler asks, "Why?" for the 100th time in one day. But each "why" is an opportunity for learning and growth. Instead of snapping, "Stop asking me why," try answering with patience and enthusiasm. A simple, "Great question. Let's find out together," fosters curiosity and makes learning fun. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, children's curiosity is linked to their cognitive development. The more you nurture their natural curiosity, the better they can process new information and understand the world around them. Toddlers are wired to ask, "Why?" because they are trying to make sense of their surroundings. This curiosity is an important developmental stage. In fact, researchers from the University of Cambridge found that toddlers' inquisitive nature helps develop their problem-solving abilities. When your toddler asks a question, take a moment to engage with them. Instead of offering a simple answer, try to make it a learning moment. For example, if your child asks, "Why is the sky blue?" you can explain, "The sky looks blue because of how the sunlight hits the air." This encourages them to keep asking questions and exploring new ideas. However, you don't always need to have an answer. If you don't know, it's okay to say, "I'm not sure. Let's look it up together." This teaches your child that it's okay to seek out answers and promotes teamwork. Patience is key when dealing with a curious toddler. You might find it helpful to set aside time each day for a question hour, where you explore answers to your toddler's questions together. This can be a fun, bonding experience that encourages their curiosity. Also, remember that toddlers' "why?" questions often build on each other. If your child asks, "Why do trees grow?" and then, "Why do trees need water?" they're not being repetitive, they're deepening their understanding. Honor their curiosity by guiding them through each question. Research from the University of California suggests that when children feel encouraged to ask questions, they develop a lifelong love of learning. By fostering curiosity, you're laying the foundation for academic success. So, next time your toddler asks, "Why?" embrace the moment. Your patience and encouragement can turn a simple question into an exciting learning adventure, strengthening their critical thinking skills along the way. Lastly, remember that their curiosity won't last forever. Toddlers outgrow the constant "why?" phase, so enjoy it while it lasts. Their inquisitive nature is a treasure that helps shape their understanding of the world. Keep nurturing that curiosity, and you'll be giving them one of the best gifts, a lifelong love for learning.